Good morning. Good morning. I did run yesterday. Here are the stats for that. And so I'm officially over 80 miles entering February. Back to coaching soccer. I just want to share some thoughts with you guys. If you're a parent of a school athlete, please leave your comments below. How do you feel about coaches having those basically heart to heart conversations with your kid? Um, about their attitudes in sports, right? And it's shifted so much from a decade ago when I started coaching of like what is deemed as acceptable punishment or consequences regarding our parameters as coaches working with your student athlete. And I work at the middle school level. And the community culture in which I come from, or that I work in, basically, is it's always been a strong soccer community. And so we have at least half of our teams each year. It's been several years since we've been able to have enough players for a soccer team. But without fail, every soccer team that I have coached, half of the boys play club ball outside of school, right? So the skill is there. But because the skill is there, the arrogance is also there. And so what is frustrating today, one, not only the arrogance, but the attention span. Oh my God, the attention span. It takes us 5 minutes to set up one exercise. Um, it's ridiculous. It is exhausting. I just had to have a conversation with one of my seasoned athletes. I coached him in cross country as well. Is the whole conversation of my overall philosophy as a coach is that skill does not impress me. Skills are great in the game, but at the end of the day, a game is a game. A race is a race. A match is a match, right? Why I coach, and I let them know this, the reason why I coach is because I know I am helping to contribute to the development of them as young women and as young men. And so to me, I let them know too, like, you could put as many goals as you want to in the net. You can make as many baskets, right? But at the end of the day, I'm going to remember you based off of your attitude. I've had some talented players on my teams, but I always remember how they carried themselves at practice, the arrogance, the laziness, the refusal to be held accountable, right? So just know that in overall youth sports, coaches are getting exhausted. We are getting exhausted, not only from the behaviors of parents in the stands during actual games, but the kids as well. The arrogance and the attitude is much more blatant than what it has been in the past. And I've been coaching for nearly a decade now. And I'm not to say that there's never been any issues, but the arrogance is much more higher today than it has been in the past. So parents, what are your thoughts on this? Do you side with the coach? Do you side with your parent, right? It takes a village, y'all. And it's exhausting. There was a video that I saw last night too, and there was this individual, right, from a particular background who was talking about the aspect of code switching, right, and was frustrated with certain people who refuse to code switch. And it's like time and place, and that's another one of my catchphrases. Time and place, another one catchphrase that I have as a coach. Just because it's in your head doesn't mean it always has to come out of your mouth, right? Impulse control. Time and place for certain behaviors, certain language that you are using, right? And I try to get through them and explaining that. It's not like I don't want you to have fun at practice. Yes, have fun, enjoy yourselves, but at the same time, practice is for improvement. What do you need to improve on? Why are we goofing off on things that you're already good at? Why are you shooting goals when I already know you can get it in the net? What do you suck at, and how can we improve that, right? So that's why my philosophy as a coach, skill does not impress me. Growth does. How do you grow throughout the season as an athlete? But then again, these are 13, 14-year-old kids. And then another line that I always say to is, I'm not asking you to be perfect, but I'm asking you to at least meet the bar. But going back to code switching, it's like, when you have certain people that just have no couth, they just don't know how to behave in certain situations. And so you're actually embarrassed to take them in certain environments or to invite them to certain things because they behave and act a certain way, because they don't code switch, and that's what I want to teach these kids. Time and place. Regardless of what cultural background you come from, you are capable of carrying yourself in a respectable manner, of having integrity, right? Regardless of what your story is, everybody is capable of rising to that occasion and carrying themselves in a respectable manner and not being arrogant and not being lazy. So this is just my rant with you. I'm having several conversations today, and it's me and other coaches. I'm just noticing though it's more rampant with much more individuals. Back in the day, it was maybe 2 or 3. Now it's literally like 5, 6, 7 kids. It's ridiculous. It's exhausting. But I'm still gonna do what I can. Again, I'm coming up on a decade of coaching, and I love instilling these life lessons to these young men, especially to the ones that have had absent male role models in their lives. I'm willing to hold them accountable for the sake of their own growth and maturity.